Okay, so making a follow-up to my Twitter video a couple days ago is very important because I was wrong in it. So in the video, I'll just give you a little bit of a summary. You can go on my channel and watch it. It's only about 3 videos back. It's called Elon Musk May Not Buy Twitter. So in the video, to summarize, I basically said that I didn't think he was going to buy Twitter simply because Twitter had two choices of what's more important, the money or the monopoly. And I genuinely believe that the monopoly was more important because I'm still right about that. Every big social media platform, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and Google, are monopolized. They all work together, and I genuinely thought, and by the way, I still think this can happen. Like, now that Elon does own it, he can literally do this, and I hope he does. Through now owning Twitter, he can infiltrate the algorithm and the monopoly of all these 5 big websites and basically tear it down. And I thought that these websites were in fear of that happening, therefore they wouldn't sell. And yeah, I was wrong. It's one of those rare Matt's FTR being wrong times. I think if I'm wrong just 2 more times, I'm gonna have to start counting them on a second hand. Holy shit. But yeah, I admit I was wrong. He actually did buy it. The madman fucking did it, and it's incredible. And I spent most of the day yesterday while at work laughing with my friend Jacob about the SJW meltdown on Twitter, and it is fucking fantastic. I could go on about this for literal hours, and I did yesterday. But I'll just give you a few of my favorites right now. It starts off with The Verge being like, here's how to deactivate your account now that Elon Musk owns it. And then you got like people making fun of them, of course, being like, haha, conservatives going to alt tech platforms is the most safe space shit I've ever seen. If you don't know what they're talking about with memes like this, they're talking about how because of all the censorship on these websites, a lot of conservatives and smart people in general were going to websites like Parler to get away from the censorship. And when they did, SJWs in the mainstream media were saying things like, they're just going to websites like Parler or Gab because they can't handle the rules of Twitter or the rules of Facebook or the rules of YouTube. But any smart person knows that the actual reason is just because Parler accepts all speech and Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Google doesn't. That's how deep it goes. But then, of course, memes like this show the hypocrisy. No, Elon Musk is going to destroy my safe space by not censoring every dissenting opinion. I mean, it's true, you can't deny it. You've got fucking, like, hypocritical idiots like this. So keep in mind, this was last year. Trump is suing Facebook, Twitter, and Google for violating his First Amendment rights by keeping him off their platforms. Someone should remind him that they're private companies to which the First Amendment doesn't apply. But now that Elon owns Twitter, Musk and his apologists say if consumers don't like what he does with Twitter, they can go elsewhere. But where else would consumers go to post short messages that can reach millions of people other than Twitter? The free market! I'm sorry, I thought it wasn't a free market when Trump was banned. Huh, interesting how that works, right, you fucking moron. And then he says this, it's called platform monopoly. It's bad for our democracy as well as our economy. I'm sorry, I thought when Twitter, YouTube, Google, Facebook, and Instagram all worked together in their monopoly to ban Trump, it was a good thing. Now all of a sudden, monopoly is bad for our economy just because now Elon Musk is saying free speech is a good thing? Again, these people are fucking nuts. And this idiot here, I hope you won't become a platform for spreading misinformation, as that's not what free speech means. First of all, dude, just because people are saying their opinions or saying facts that SJWs don't like does not mean that they're spreading misinformation. Secondly, even if they are spreading misinformation, that actually is what free speech means. Just because speech may be wrong, and speech can be wrong in 2 ways, although only one of them is actually correct. Number 1, speech can be wrong just by being factually incorrect. That's the one that's actually true. And it can be wrong because it hurts your fifis. That's the second way it can be wrong, but only in your perception, not in reality. Regardless, both of those are still technically free speech, because free speech simply means a person talking. I know it's very I know this is the most complex thing for you people, but free speech simply means giving a person, no matter how dumb they are, the right to speak their mind. Okay? I know, I know, we don't agree with that these days, but anyway. And next idiot. Before the deal even went through, the New York Times was reporting Twitter is nearing a deal to sell itself to Elon Musk, so it hadn't happened yet. And he goes, looks like I'm about to say goodbye to Twitter as well. Okay, well, it's been almost a full day, and you're still here, Mr. Charles Blowjob. But okay, sure, whatever. Next, we're going to take a look at what Elon himself said. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, said Mr. Musk. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. Unfortunately, based on this message anyway, it looks like Mark Zuckerberg will not be allowed on Twitter because he is requiring everybody on there to not be a bot and to be a human being. Next, let's listen to what Circle Back idiot Saki said.
Do you have a response to that? And does the White House have any concern that this new agreement might have President Trump back on the platform?
Well, I'm not going to comment on a specific transaction.
Of course you're not. Why would you? But also, about Trump being back. Yesterday, actually a whole bunch of accounts were reinstated because they were wrongfully taken down by Twitter in the first place, so Elon Musk had already reinstated a bunch of people. Certain people are not back yet. I'm hoping they do soon, though, like Alex Jones, Project Veritas, and Trump. But, of course, people are afraid of Trump coming back because, I don't know, he says some mean things to people. Ooh.
What I can tell you as a general matter, no matter who owns or runs Twitter, the president has long been concerned about the power of large social media platforms.
So I better translate what these kind of things mean. I think a lot of you already know this, either because you're smart or because I've said it 1,000 times, but when she says, oh, the president is aware and concerned about the power of large social media platforms, it actually means a bunch of things. Number one, they fear that when a bunch of people gather together and do actual research and spread the truth, they're afraid of who that truth might reach and teach another person. That's why they do things like they pinpoint smart people and ban them or censor them or shadow ban them. And the other one is Joe Biden and other politicians actually use the power of Twitter and stuff like that to inflate themselves. They use it to get more votes. They use it to suppress certain voices or enhance other voices or even enhance their own voices. Kind of like how when they literally use their power to force YouTube to first delete dislikes from White House videos, and then when that didn't work because people just kept disliking, they just hid them entirely. So, yeah, that's the power she's actually referring to.
The power they have over our everyday lives has
that you take control of.
long argued that tech platforms must be held accountable for the harms they cause. He's been
What harms? The only harm they cause are the things that you actually support. Like, the harm that they actually cause is censoring people, banning people, shadow banning people like me. But that's the damage that you like. So I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but okay.
strong supporter of fundamental reforms to achieve that goal, including reforms to Section 230, enacting antitrust reforms, requiring more transparency, and more. And he's encouraged that there's bipartisan interest in Congress. In terms of what hypothetical policies might happen, I'm just not going to speak to that at this point.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Stupid idiot. Okay, then we got some Twitter employees that are having a meltdown. It's absolutely insane at Twitter right now in the virtual valves of private Slack rooms and employee group texts. According to an internal source, their take breakdown just now. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I really don't want to work for a company. I really don't want to work for a company that's owned by Elon Musk. The source at Twitter continued, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Oh my god, my phone's been blowing up. We have a meeting about it at 5 o'clock. The CEO is going to address everyone about it. It equals Elon. I hate him. Why does he even want this? Because you stupid fucking SJW who sits in your comfy fucking chair while doing like 1 hour's work, 1 hour's worth of work a day in an 8 hour shift while you eat free fucking food and drink coffee all day, you fucking worthless piece of shit. Free speech is important. Just because you're sitting there on Twitter all day being like, I'll ban that person, oh, that person said a fact, I better delete it, doesn't mean that you have fucking control over whatever, okay? You're fucking like, what do you make at Twitter, like $50 an hour to literally do nothing and have your ego stroked? I swear to God, people who like work at like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, oh my God, they have the most cushy, easy jobs in the fucking world, and they're the biggest babies because of it. Okay, the employee continued, I feel like he's this petulant little boy. Right, not the person writing this text. No, it's Elon who's the boy, and that he's doing this to troll. He doesn't know anything about our policies. Actually, he does know your policies. That's literally why he bought the website. He wants to change your policies. You're the one implementing policies that don't fucking work and are just overall damaging. And what we do. Actually, we do. Everybody knows what you do, and that's why we hate it so much. His statement about our algorithm was fucking insane. ... Is it insane because it's literally true and you're insane because you work for Twitter? We're just gonna let everyone run amok, okay? Nobody knows. First of all, your grammar in this tweet is fantastic, but as a Twitter employee, I'm not surprised. But run amok, like, so in your perception, run amok just means, are we really going to let people say whatever they want without risk of banning? We can't have that. Okay, there's more. A part of what I do is monitoring toxicity. Wow, what a job! You sit on Twitter all day just reading tweets and going, which one is toxic to my feelings? And health in the trends, whatever the hell that means. I don't know if this will impact my job directly. I fucking hope it does because your job is pathetic. I want to still have a job, and I don't know how this impacts that. They added there, pretty broken. Man, if this is what causes you to be broken, you need to do a job like something difficult in the healthcare field, or you need to like work on a construction zone or a coal mine or something like that. You know, do a job that actually takes some effort and see what the real world is. Wish I had a nuanced take on it, but I'm just scared and sad. You certainly are. Okay, listen to this guy. Elon Musk takes over Twitter. He's a billionaire who doesn't even have a master's degree. Is that who we are going to trust? So, this is one of those people who thinks that if you don't have a master's degree, you're not. Is one of those people who's like, you know, you have to go to school and have a degree to be intelligent. Meanwhile, he'll say things like, a few more years on a college campus where he could have been exposed to diverse ideas and professional educators, oh, they certainly are, could have made a great difference in his outlook. In a time where so many are getting that experience, doesn't our democracy deserve better? So, what's better? A person who supports free speech and believes that everybody should say whatever they want without fear of repercussion or consequence? Or go to school, be manipulated and brainwashed by gender studies college professors? That's democracy. Okay, sure, whatever you say, Richard. Education matters. Please listen to an MA who has experience in activism and working for social justice. Social justice is what this guy thinks education is. And note the contrast with Elon Musk's naive notions of free speech. I can't. Many are impressed with Elon's business accomplishments. Meanwhile, in academia, we've been creating brand new disciplines like queer studies and Chickenx studies that raise black and LGBT voices. Yeah, that's where your education is going. You go to college and university, this is what your fucking money's paying for. Yet we worship spaceships because they represent whiteness in our culture. Okay, when you read stuff like this, you have to think that this guy's a fucking troll. So Jacob and I looked into it, and apparently this guy is actually serious. Apparently, I see a lot of crazy people every day, so I kind of was, over the years, I've grown the ability to see which ones are serious and which ones aren't. But for the first time, I actually don't know. This guy is so fucking crazy. I don't know if he's for real or not. I honestly can't tell. Easy to say as a white male, of course. Experts agree that people of color are constantly believed being disadvantaged by what others say. This is why most experts today believe that words can be violence. I think I mentioned this before, but did you ever notice that whenever SJWs and just idiots in general talk about experts, they're never specific. There's never a name. There's never a like, who do they work for? Here's some of the things they've said that are actually correct. It's always just experts agree. You know, the experts. Side note, by the way, in case you're not aware, whenever they do say experts agree, it's usually just a bunch of like blue check marks on Twitter who have been paid to say back to you a narrative that they want you to believe in. They're not actually experts. They're not actually like people who are like scientists or professors or something like that. They're just literally just random idiots that agree with a narrative and they try to push it. Look at this moron. Fuck Elon Musk. Apartheid baby. Your company and everyone who stands for you. I'm saying this on your platform now and will keep saying it. Let's see how committed you are to free speech when we start roasting your ass. Like, that's how brainwashed these people are. These people are so fucking brain dead. They honestly believe that when a smart person talks about free speech, they think that their free speech is only what they agree with. But meanwhile, that's what your free speech, what your idea of free speech is, and you try to just project it onto the other person. Like, there's no words for these people. They're fucking insane. I checked out this article. New. Banned Twitter users celebrate Elon Musk's takeover of the website. Featuring white nationalists, Holocaust deniers, Islamophobes, racists. Of course. The list of buzzwords that you must call a person who you disagree with. Although you kind of forgot a few. You didn't say sexist, you didn't say white males, you didn't say alt-right, you didn't say transphobes. Hey, you're kind of lacking in your buzzwords there, buddy. You didn't name them all. And then finally, I can't keep going because this video's getting long, but check. Elon Musk walking into Twitter headquarters.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
I can just imagine, I guess dreaming that this would actually happen. Elon Musk would go in, pointing at random employees, being like, get the fuck out of here. I'm hiring new people who are actually intelligent. Okay, anyway, Twitter is hilarious today and yesterday, and it's probably going to get better. Okay, bye.